Hi, I'm Suzanne McCabe from 6 Week Coaching, and today I want to speak to you about my story, about how I've become a coach and why I've become a coach. So, I've certainly had periods of stress and anxiety in my life, that's for sure, and I've also had periods of depression, some of which have been quite serious. And when it's got to that point where I've felt it was serious, then I've gone to get some help from a counsellor, and that really helped me get through a difficult period in my life. And I would recommend that to anybody who's experiencing serious depression. But in 2011, my mum was diagnosed with serious depression and she was hospitalised. And this happened just exactly at the time that my youngest daughter was born. And so I had 3 children, one was a baby, and my mum was seriously ill. And of course, subsequently, I went back to work and I was working part-time, 2 days a week. And the job was quite intense. You know, there was a lot of projects to manage, there was tight deadlines to meet, and I was doing a really high workload on 2 days a week. So that, coupled with managing a young family and with my mum being ill, it was quite a lot of stress over a long period of time. And during those early years, I also had a head injury. I fell when I was snowboarding and I gave myself quite a bad concussion. And the result of that was, for a period of time, it was difficult just to organise myself, even just to make breakfast in the morning was difficult. And also my moods were swinging up and down, and that can happen with a head injury. So I was dealing with mood changes while managing a family and keeping a job going, and of course my mum was still very ill. And it's very hard to watch a family member that you love and care about go through something like that, because you can't help them at that point. They're past help, and you really just need to leave it to the medics to treat the person that you love. So I kept going with this for a few years, managing this situation, and it was very hard. It was very, very hard. And I got to a point in 2015 where I noticed I was starting to become unwell. So I was taking panic attacks. I was exhausted a lot of the time. And I noticed in work that it was really difficult for me to concentrate and just to make decisions. And I was exhausted in work as well, of course. So things became really challenging. And I went to my doctor and told her what was going on. And she signed me off work with chronic fatigue. And I ended up being off my work for 2 years, which is a very long period of time. But I was not able to do work because my concentration wasn't up to it. So obviously I had a lot of time to think when I was off work. And I thought about, well, what could I do with my life instead? Because I realised that something had to change. I couldn't go on with the stress and pressure that I'd had before. And obviously, you know, you look at your life and you think, well, there's certain things I can't change, I can't do anything about, but there are some things that I can change and improve on. And I thought about a change in career. But of course, because my concentration wasn't up to much, I thought, well, how do I do this? How do I change and do a new job when I'm not able to concentrate for long? I think at that point I was managing about an hour a day reading and so on. And so I sat and thought about my strengths and weaknesses, and I thought about things that I like to do, and I realised that I really like to help people, and that I am very passionate about good mental health. And that's not surprising given the situation that my family and I have been in for the last 6.5 years. So I came to the conclusion that I wanted to do life coaching. And what's more, life coaching had been under my nose all this time. I had thought about it before, but I hadn't really taken it seriously. I don't know why. But it took me being off sick and quite frightened about what was going to happen next to realise that yes, I could do something else, and there was something that I could fit in around my family and around my chronic fatigue, which I would love doing. And so I then thought about, well, how am I going to do this? My concentration isn't up to much. What do I do? And I found a course which was about an hour a day's study, and that was perfect for me because that was kind of right for me at the time. So I started my advanced diploma in life coaching, and here I am offering life coaching now. And you know, it's been really rewarding for me because I've seen positive change in people. I've helped a woman who wanted to start her own business. I've helped someone, for example, who was experiencing anxiety at work to overcome that. I've helped with mild depression. I recently had a client who was reevaluating her situation at work because she was under a lot of stress, and she's gone on to start a university course, and so she's retraining. And you know, these stories, they just, it's brilliant, you know, to see someone coming in who is finding something that doesn't work in their lives, and to see them transform towards something more fulfilling. That really gives me a lot of pleasure and a lot of joy. And you know, I've been through that process myself of realising that I can't go on living my life the way that I'm living it right now. Something needs to change because my health's been affected. And you know, it's great. I mean, for me personally, people have come up to me in the last few months and they're saying to me, you know, you're looking a lot happier and healthier. And yeah, I feel better. Sure, I've still got chronic fatigue, but I'm able to do more hours at work now. I do a few hours a day, and I fit that around my family, and I've got my chronic fatigue in balance. So I feel happier, and I get to help other people along the way to go through the same process and to help them feel more fulfilled. So if I can steer somebody away from becoming depressed, then that's just really rewarding for me. So that's why I'm here. So I would encourage you, if you are in a situation in your life where you are feeling a lot of stress or anxiety, particularly if it's affecting you at work and you want to reevaluate your life, then that's where coaching can help you. Just pick up the phone or email me. There's details on the website, and we can set up a discovery session where you can either contact me on the phone or via Skype or one-to-one, and we'll talk about how life coaching can help you. So I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.